Michael just, I don't know whether you know it or not, but I did a speech. You'll hear about this organization if some of you already aren't in it. AARP. You will, if you're lucky, you will be in it, you know. This year they inducted Prince, Madonna, and Michael. they all hit 50, you know. They're still denying it, but you know, Madonna will deny it for the next 20 years. And like everybody, I've had my fair share of ups and downs. Like Basie said, there's the hills and the valleys, and you find out who you are when you hit the valleys. But I've been blessed, and I've been inspired by even a bigger blessing to have worked side by side with probably over 95% of every one of America's musical giants of the last 60 years. Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Louis Armstrong, Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Frank Sinatra, Ray Charles, Tony Bennett, Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, 50 Cent, Kool Moe Dee. A lady, a girl in China calls 50 Cent 2 quarters. She's serious too. Kool Moe Dee, Usher, Mary J. Blige, all these people, and just a blessing. I count those blessings every day that we were prepared in the 40s. We had to play everything, and so it was not a stretch to go anywhere. My teacher said, learn, there's only 12 notes until they come up with 13, learn what everybody did with them. Everybody, from Stravinsky to Ravel to Duke Ellington to Bo Diddley to whoever. What made these relationships so meaningful and successful? Studio's a very special relationship with an artist. The mutual, it's love first. It's got to be love. You know, you can't work with anybody you don't like just because you're getting paid. I don't play that. It's a mutual sense of love and trust and respect that we shared. Like they say, we don't make friends, we discover them. And when you tell Frank Sinatra or Ray Charles to jump without a net, you better know what you're talking about. Because Frank has left me this when he died. He was this for 40 years. He had no gray in him. He either loved you or respected you, or he would roll over you in a Mack truck in reverse. Nothing in between, you know. And we started in '64 and worked with just a handshake, never had a contract with him. That's how those dudes work. Your word, that's 2 things you don't break, you know. Your word and mine, you know it. We don't make friends, we discover them. The profound lessons they taught me about music and about life could fill an encyclopedia. And it was like going to another planet. My favorite piece of advice from the days of working with Frank Sinatra, after every show in Vegas, Frank would have a golf cart with a tray of 40 margaritas on it, Jack Daniels. He said, Q, live every day like it's your last, and one day you'll be right. And I feel sorry for people that don't drink, because when they get up in the morning, that's as good as they're gonna feel all day. That dude could party, and it's one thing to work with him, another thing to play with him. And I feel so blessed that we worked and played hard. And we got the partying down. I'm sure they have no problem in this audience either.